Hello guys, welcome to my another video. So today we are going to discuss about as it is one of the most common questions here because these types of questions are like really common and they have become like a lot of times in the city and for the most part people actually make mistakes. I don't know why but they actually make mistakes. They actually make mistakes in these types of questions. So we're going to discuss about one of these questions here today. So let's start our main topic. So whenever you see like this types of question like the positive number A is this percent of the sum of positive number B and C or whatever percent of B and C, and B is percent some percent of C, what percent of B is A? Whenever you see something these types of questions, just start it. That's all. You don't have to think of anything, just start it, okay? Think of nothing. Nothing, absolutely nothing. Because whatever you have to do is like you just have to start it, okay? So for this question, I'm not going to talk about like a lot. I'm just going to start these questions. What they've given us, we are going to discuss about that first. Okay. So let's start with given. Given that, seems like the fonts need to be changed a little bit. Yeah, perfect now. Given that, it is given that A is blah 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 percent of the sum of positive number B and C, B is blah blah percent of C. Since this part is a little bit easier to write, we are going to start with this. B is 83% of C, which means we can write B is equals to zero point 0.8 83%, which means 83 by 100, which is equals to 0.83, and it means C. B equals to 0.83 C. B is 83% of C. And what is A? A is this percent of the sum of positive number B and C. So which means 2241%, which means 2241 by 100, which means 22.41. So and 22.41 is equal multiplies by the sum of positive number B and C. This is what actually make a lot of people makes mistakes. Let's make it a little bit small, not the capital one but the smaller one. Yeah, okay. So A is 2241% of the sum of positive number B and C. Okay, we have got that too. Now, what else do we have? They want us to find out the percentage of B is A. Of B is A. There's of course a difference between this what they say here. What percent of B is A? Okay. So, do we find any other call? We actually need here about only the B and A and B variables, not the C. So somehow we are going to cut this C from here. So what can we do? We can use this in equation and you find out C from here. So what is going to turn out is like C is equals to B over 0.83, and since we got that, we are going to use we are going to use that equation to here. A equals to 22.41 into B plus, and instead of C I'm going to use this. I'm going to use this one here. I'm going to substitute that C with this. Yep, that's it. Now if we are to common that with that and that, what turns out is that A is equals to 22.41 into let me calculate. So what turns out is that when we are going to multiply with this one, it turns out to be 2.2.204. So but we are not going to add those 04 because that's useless. So that's what we actually get from adding this B plus B by 0.83, B over 0.83. That's what we get here. And after that, let's make it here. So what do we get here? 22.41 into multiply with 2.2 B. So we have to multiply with this one too. So multiplying that, what do we get? 2.2 multiplied by 22.41. And what we get here is 49.3 B. So now what do we have here is A is equals to 49.3 times B. Okay, that's what we have here. But what do they want? They want us to find out the percentage of B is A. Okay. So what percentage of B is A? That's what they actually wants us to find out. So and how do we find out that? We have to find out doing the opposite. We just need to put B here. We have to use B in the left side and A on the right side. And how do we do that? Just multiply. A divided by B. Sorry. Let's divide the whole thing by A divided by AB equals to 49.3 into multiply by B divided by AB. After doing that, what we will find out is that 1 over B is equals to 49.3 multiplies by 1 over A. And you can just turn everything upside down. There is a way, and when you do it, be careful because we are turning upside down the whole thing. So what happens is here, 1 by 1 over B turns out to be B, and 49.3 turns out to be 49.3, and multiply with A. And this A is multiplied with 1, okay, not the 49.3. So we are going to write directly with that. So that's what it turns out here. Given whatever it is here, after all this multiplication given here, B is equals to A over 49.3. So what do we have to find out here? What percentage of B is A? So now I'll multiply everything with 100%. So 49 point A multiplying with 100 divided by 49.3. And that's the answer for this question. That's it. And what we find here is that B is equals to 2.02 A. Wait a minute. I think I made a mistake. Just hold on a second. Let me see. What did I do? Everything looks quite perfect. So what is the problem here? Because as you see, this the 2.2A is not here. So which means we must have done something wrong here. Let's see. We have done everything perfect. Let's cut this part around here. Let's check again. What did we do? A equals to 49.3 B. Turns out B in here. Okay. Instead of doing all this, let's divide the whole thing with 49.3. Okay. So what happens is that is equals to B equals to A over 49.3. Oh, sorry, I made a mistake. The question wants us to find out what percentage of B is A, which means A is 49.3 multiplied B. A is 49.3 times B. And whenever we are going to find out the percentage, we just need to multiply here. So so the answer would be like A is equals to 49.30. I don't know, something like that. Maybe 4.1 or 3.0, something like that. I don't like that. Around B percent. So that's the actual answer here. Now a lot of people may be confused, like what happened here. So the thing, what you actually find out, actually like misunderstood what they have been telling us here. They actually want us to find out what is A percent, what is A actually the times of B, or like the percentage of B, something like that. So that's what I actually made mistake here. Since they want us to what percentage of B is A, which means we have to find A in terms of B. That's the thing. But I made a mistake there. I actually find out like B in terms of A. That's what it is about. And when we're going to find out percentage, that's multiplied with 100. Okay, that's it. And 49 30%, do we see anything here? Yes, we do. But it's not anything. It is not the what we found, but it's like something close, 49 41%. And it happened because of the percentage that we did there. That's why it is a little bit different. But since we have no other options left, it is actually D, 49 41%. I hope you understand what I said, and that's why I told you this question is very easy, but still you will make mistakes. That's what I did here. And I hope you understood what I said. And if you didn't, reply everything back, okay? And how I did it, like this one, get that, reply that, okay? And yep, still have this answer for you here. Look at this here. What do you see? Try to learn from here. These are the college words that they have given us. Try to learn. That's it. And have a great day. We will come with another video next time.